They cannot pay him more than $15 million, 18 at the most a year. And Amari Cooper, as great as he is, you got to pay him Devontae Adams money just for the simple fact that there is a lot of young talent. Otherwise, boy, Jerry, you got no chance of winning a ring. He better handle this thing accordingly and do it right, or this is going to be a disaster in 3 years, and they're not going to win anything.
So I'm going to come out and I'm going to throw a different perspective at it. And I agree with you on the 100% of Dak. The thing is, he turned down $30 million offer from the Cowboys and then requested from him or his agent $40 million a year. This guy only has one playoff win since he's been in. I understand he's been to the playoffs multiple times, but that's with Ezekiel Elliott or Amari Cooper. They're with him. Whenever he, like you said, Elliott's out, he turns to a okay to good quarterback. He's not good to great when Zeke's in. That's the thing. Like there's a different whole play level when Zeke is in the game because the defense respects him. So to me, you got so many QB prospects coming out next year with Hebert,
Zeke has
Tua, Hurts.
He can catch the rock though and run out of the passing game. He's a complete.
That's my point. What I'm getting to, Jay, is the fact that you can sign Cooper, like you said, somewhere between like 14 to 16 mil, and then sign Zeke, which is what is it, 13 or 14 million? To me, that's still cheaper than Dak's one contract, and then just wait for your QB for the next year.
Dak is, look, out of all the players in this equation, I believe he's the one that you sit on your hands with because he's a QB, he's going to try, and he's already doing it, he's going to try to demand the most amount of money. Now, with Zeke, I'm not saying you don't pay him. I guess when I say don't pay him is I'm saying you can't pay him the way that Todd Gurley's being paid, the way that Le'Veon Bell just got paid. Now, with the new CB, or with the way the cap is going up, I would say that you have to pay him what would now be equivalent to the Devontae Freeman contract. Now, that was like, 3-4 years ago, and I think that was 8.5 or 10 million
but Zeke's better than Devontae Freeman, though.
No. Hold on. I was just saying you have to pay him the equivalent of that with the inflation. So I will push that up to right around to $13 or $14 million. $17 million plus is too much for a running back, for any position. And I think these players all need to realize that there's just, even though the CBA is going up, if everybody expects $4 million more dollars from their position, that's the cap only goes up $10 million. Again, math doesn't add up. And so all these guys are getting greedy, seeing the money on the wall, but they're spending money that's really not there. They're wanting money that's really not there. The cap only goes up about $10 million a year.
Well,
so that
it also shows the type of culture that's in Dallas as well, being the fact everything's money. Yeah, money. And the thing is, you see teams where Rodgers, everyone thinks he took this massive overly contract. The way his contract is built, it allows, it allows the team to go sign players the next 2 to 3 years of his prime era to be able to go out and do that. Brady does it. Freaking Breeze does it. He took 2 extensions back-to-back years to be able to bring in free agents, and you see team players do it. And
the thing about Breeze people need to remember is Breeze took the $31 million contract about 4 years before quarterbacks were making $25 million on average. So Breeze, the reason he went 7-9, 7-9, 7-9, and missed the playoffs was because he got a greedy pig. Now he got smart when that contract got later, and they went to renegotiate it, and he took what was below current market value. But people, they need to stop giving him credit because he was a fat greedy pig before everybody else was being a fat greedy pig, and that's why he wasn't productive. And it's again why I laugh at people that try to tell me that he's better than Aaron Rodgers and that he's comparable to Tom Brady. It's not even close, and it's a freaking joke, and it's based off stats. Now, if you're going to use stats to judge everybody, that's one thing, but that's not how people like to do these arguments. Our friend Brandon does it, and I respect it. I will listen and respect the way he does it because he uses the statistics universally for everybody, and it's fairly judged that way. But the rest of these people that do it double talk their way with stats, and that's just one of those things. So, sorry, Dave. We should probably get.
Oh, no, you're good.
Ryan.
No, you're good. I'm actually looking at Breeze's contract. He wasn't making anywhere near 31 mil, man. I'm looking right now, and he has plenty of actually lower cap numbers in those years. I had to look it up because I'm like, Breeze, he wasn't being greedy at all. That's why I brought him up, because Breeze, Brady, Rogers, and they all took extensions or had their contract done to be team friendly. And I just don't remember Breeze. He's had big contracts signed, but per year he's turned a lot of those into guaranteed money, which doesn't take a cap hit.
He took a lot of money that wasn't being paid to other people.
I'm looking at over the cap right now.
I remember it being reported, okay? I don't need to look at the numbers. I remember the way it was being reported, and people were just absolutely astonished that they were giving him that amount of money at the time he was getting it. Now, it's one of those things where you can look at the numbers and all that. My point is that at that time, even though it seems cap friendly, when you go back and look at the amount of money that was being paid to everybody else, he was making a lot more money than, and his production wasn't warranting the amount of money he was being paid either. They've spread that money out a lot over this new contract, and it shows. They've got a pretty damn good team.
I mean, he was paid a lot in guaranteed money. I'm not knocking that. What I'm saying is he still had requested a deal with guaranteed money to not count against the cap. That's what I'm saying. Same thing with Rogers. Rogers took guaranteed money a lot to go ahead and have available cap for his team to sign. That was my aspect of it. I never said he wasn't being didn't get paid a lot. What I'm saying is no, greedy pig would be requesting everything against the cap number. That's to me being greedy.
That's what Dak Prescott is being right now. Dak Prescott is absolutely 100%. Being greedy pig. He does not deserve $30 million. He doesn't deserve $25 million. He needs to really look in the mirror. And honestly, he's a Dallas Cowboy. And taking less money as a football player and winning as a Dallas Cowboy, as much as I hate the Cowboys, you cannot deny the fact that they were globally recognized as probably the franchise in football. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the fact that, they're America's team and this crap, because they're really not. But Jerry Jones has done a wonderful job at marketing and making sure that the Cowboys are at least media and social media relevant, and people know and watch and pay attention to the Cowboys. And so being the Cowboys quarterback, if you're winning and being productive, even if you're not winning a lot of rings, look at the way Tony Romo was revered and all the things he's been afforded. He's going to make an awful lot of money on the backside of his football career because of his career as a Dallas Cowboy. If Tony Romo is a Seahawk, do you think he's in CBS right now? I don't think so. I think a lot of his success post-now career has to do with the fact that he was pretty damn good quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys, because he really didn't win anything. And so Dak needs to take that as an example and look in the mirror and really be honest, because he does not deserve the type of money he's asking. Not even close. It's gotten kind of ridiculous when I look at it, because I don't even know what the proper thing to say without being mean about it is. I don't know, Dave.
I don't know. I got to disagree on Romo, though. I think he actually, if he wasn't playing as well as he did most of those seasons, the Cowboys wouldn't be anywhere near how good they were. I mean, even if they were 10-6, they would have been 3-13 if Romo was on that team. That's the thing.
No. I'm not saying that he's Romo was good. He would have been good anywhere. But
if you put him in another environment than Dallas and put a GM around him who actually built a team, I think he might have had a ring, just to be honest. I mean,
maybe
if he had a GM who cared.
Maybe. I don't know. Who knows?
Even a Super Bowl appearance. And that's just my opinion.
The Dallas Cowboys quarterback is afforded a lot of extra media and commercial.
It's the culture.
Right?
It's Jerry doing it to him.
You can make up that money that he feels like he's leaving on the table through other avenues off the football field. Because if he takes this money and if they pay it, look, let's put it like this. If they pay Dak Prescott, anywhere close to the type of money he's been asking or they've already offered him, you can kiss their ass goodbye as far as being relevant over the life of that contract. You can just watch the thing. You will literally be able to watch the whole thing fall apart game by game, year by year. It will be the end of any Cowboys chance they have to be playoff, perennial championship.
And it's sad because it's basically they wasted a first for trading for Cooper. You know, it's like it would just be a waste. And who could they have gotten this year in the draft if they're just going to go ahead and pay Dak that money? I completely agree. But, yes, I do remember we have a guest. We do need to get Ryan on here and discuss some Packers ball.
He's been at the Packer bar, too. So we will take a quick break, folks, and we will get Ryan on and break down the game quick, and then we will get our asses out of here and because it's late and everybody's tired and a little tipsy. So we'll get Ryan on. Here's a little break.
I've been grinding so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
And it is good to be alive right about now, and we are now joined by our very special friend and guest, Ryan Molstad. Hello, Ryan.
Hello, hello, hello.
So
is this the third time you've been on?
Yeah, it's like the third time he's been on, in the second
Woo!
time in a week and a half he's been on. Ryan is slowly becoming a more than a guest on the show. He's becoming a regular friend of show.
Someone get the velvet rope and let him in the VIP area.
So let me understand this correctly. You tried to watch the game tonight in a Packer bar somewhere in Minneapolis, St. Paul area with a bunch of drunken, erratic Packer fans. Is that correct?
Well, I was with a good friend of mine who is also a diehard Packer fan, who is from Green Bay, actually. So he was with me. So I was with a Packer fan. I wouldn't call it a Packer bar because we were resorting to watching the game on our phones. So we were at the mercy of the Wi-Fi and of our phone service ability, watching it on NFL Game Pass. And he still has his service because he was living in Green Bay more recently, so he had access to his service provider from back home. So he was getting the Packer feed while I was getting, unfortunately, the Ravens feed because that's what NFL Game Pass gave me.
Ouch. So you had to hear about all the positive.
At least you watched the game, though.
But you got to watch the game. Although I would say shame on you for your choice of bar if you're resulting to have to what. I mean, you're in freaking Minneapolis, St. Paul. There's like 2,500 100,000 bars in your area. Like there has to be a Packer bar to watch the game at, Ryan. Shame on you.
We didn't